In the face-to-face segment in this episode, I have got with me Mr. Pavnesh Kohli, who is the CEO of NCCD. As all of us are aware, NCCD was formed 2 years back, and it has been entrusted with the responsibility of spearheading cold chain systems in the country in the years to come. Mr. Kohli, welcome to our this episode. But before I really start talking about what NCCD is doing, there is one particular thing which I would like to understand from you. In past 5 years, our horticulture production has grown by 55 million tons. It is probably today more than the food grain production.
That's right.
Are we witnessing some kind of silent horticulture revolution happening in the
Oh,
country?
yes, surely. There is a revolution that has happened. In fact, I have been propounding the fact we've gone through the green revolution, which was largely around food grains, the pink revolution where we've become one of the world's largest exporters of beef. Meat is available everywhere in the country. The milk revolution, the white revolution, and for the horticulture revolution, we have yet another color, the golden revolution.
But why nobody seems to be really aware about it?
Most of the other spaces where there was a massive growth in productivity happened through a lot of inclusion of industry. In milk, there was a lot of cooperative involvement, but by and large, otherwise, there was a lot of organized industry which came into play. In horticulture, we have small and marginal farmers involved, very, very fragmented. There has not been much integrated play happening. Despite that, all record productions have 269 million tons in this last year from horticulture.
Absolutely.
Almost 10 million tons more than all the food grains put together.
Food grain production.
So that is why people have not heard of it. The other thing is, people typically are taking horticultural products at face value. It is expected it will be there. Onions, potatoes, bhindi, brinjal, your vegetables. Nobody realizes that it is continuing to be served to them, it reaches them. There's a huge amount of logistics activity that happens for that to happen. The source is continuing to produce to meet those demands, and people have taken it as a normal daily affair. They don't realize. Milk, when there was a shortage, people wanted more milk. Nobody realizes
That brings me to the point which directly falls in your domain. I mean, again, when I come to perception, the general feeling is our cold chain system is in shambles. But this kind of growth which we have witnessed in horticulture, is it also reflective of the fact that cold chain systems are probably also improving vis-a-vis what they used to be?
Yes. But you have, let me take
Is there any linkage between the two?
The linkages are not complete. More has to happen. But yes, cold chain has developed along. Again, it's been a silent growth. We have largely been hearing about cold chain, not from the cold chain users. They're busy utilizing the chain to connect the market to the source, which is why you get food every day. You get ice cream everywhere. You get milk everywhere. You get fruits and vegetables everywhere. So the cold chain growth has been happening at a pace, but it needs to grow faster, especially in the horticulture space. Otherwise, we would be suffering more and more losses specifically in the horticulture space. I'd like to take 2 more minutes. Very nice when you started off saying that everyone knows NCCD, but yet you said there's a perception mismatch somewhere. So the National Center for Cold Chain Development, one of its prime agendas is also to bring about a conceptual change, that perceptual change about what is cold chain. Everyone, when you spoke to them about cold chain, thought it was cold, as in temperature controlled warehousing. They forgot that for that, and it was largely rotated.
Elongating the shelf life of products, I mean, that is the main...
But for what gain? Why do you elongate shelf life? Not to hold on to it and time the market, not to do commodity play. It's a chain. It's a link from market to from source to market, which means it has the empowerment of linking the source to multiple markets. You don't elongate shelf life to hold on to goods. You elongate shelf life to utilize that time that you bought to reach more markets, to increase your spread, your market spread. So cold chains has to be seen largely as a logistical activity. There are a few crops which suffice in storage and retrogressive dispatch into markets over time periods. But by and large, you buy a little bit of time, you utilize the time. So you don't elongate shelf life just for the heck of it because it's a technical achievement. It has, the true achievement is by making sure that food which is grown at large cost, manpower resource, energy cost, water cost, reaches the market to its end utility to reach consumers. Make sure that maximum amounts go to the maximum number of consumers and let market dynamics take care of all the other issues.
This entire need of expanding the capacity of cold chain. Do you see the private sector also very enthusiastically participating in the process?
In fact, government policy has in the previous 5 years by and large been primarily focused on increasing area coverage and production. Through that's farmers, they need all our support, all the support of the government. On the logistics front, which is cold chain, agri-logistics, it has by and large, barring FCI and the wheat program and all, has been left to the private industry to take charge of. And in saying has been left to them, it has also been incentivized to do so. So yes, almost all the growth in the cold chain has happened because of private sector involvement. And more will happen because of private sector involvement. The private sector, which type of private sector? So far it's been the small and medium enterprises which have taken up cold chains. There has been no real large scale play in this. But like any industry that develops, it always starts off with SMEs, smaller players, then the big private players see the sense of it, which the smallest one actually recognized far before, and step into it and try to consolidate and take over. So the big fish eats the small fish. But yes, all the growth in India has been because of private industry play, who got involved thanks to government support.